following is an excerpt of a recent Mort Radio broadcast. The story of the Covington Catholic High School incident is finally over. Or at least it's dying down. Now that it's over, now that all the initial shock has worn off, we have to ask ourselves, what did we accomplish? What was learned by this? Well, one, we learned that Talia at 2020 Fight, the person who first posted the heavily edited video, we learned that that person is nothing more than a fraud, a provocateur, someone who was trying to entice some sort of violent reaction from people, hoping to stir some shit up, even if it meant lying about the situation, which is what this person did. We also learned that Nathan Phillips, the Native American who stood toe-to-toe with Nick Sandman, we also learned that he was a fraud as well, that he was a liar. He made claims that the students of Covington Catholic School had been chanting, "Build the wall and go back to the reservation." And when we saw the video, we saw that wasn't true. And we discovered, or at least any reasonable person who saw the video had discovered, that Nathan Phillips, the elder Native American who was disrespected by the students of Covington Catholic High School, was nothing more than a liar. Another thing we learned was that when you have a group of people who are more concerned with being right than finding out the truth, those people, that group, are easily conned. And this is quite evident because you had two schlubs, two con artists, Talia at 2020 Fight and Nathan Phillips, the elder Native American. These two con artists were able to trick major news networks, journalists, politicians, celebrities, major YouTubers, and literally thousands upon thousands of social media piranha who want nothing more than to be right, who want nothing more than to sink their teeth into someone and taste their blood. They want nothing more than to be right. Fuck what the truth is. Fuck what the evidence shows. I just want likes. I want thumbs up. I want to be popular. I want to be seen as open-minded. I want to be a champion to minorities. I want to be a hero to the underclass. I want people to know that I'm ready to stamp out racism, even in situations where no racism can be found, like the situation that took place at the Lincoln Memorial. Now, if you want to see racism and white privilege, when you look at the video of the Covington Catholic High School incident that took place at the Lincoln Memorial, well, guess what? You'll find it. You will see it. But that doesn't mean it's there. In fact, I venture to say that you're seeing it because you want to see it. That if you were standing in the middle of a junkyard, you would see racism and white privilege. If you were standing in the toilet at a bus terminal, you would see racism and white privilege, because that's what you want to find. Because if you don't find it, there's a possibility that you might actually have to take responsibility for your own actions, for your own self. Does racism exist? Does bigotry, intolerance exist? You're damn straight it does. It exists. They all do. In all races. Racism is universal. That's quite evident when you watch the video from the Lincoln Memorial incident, where you witnessed the black Israelites calling people faggots, niggers, crackers, savages, telling the Native Americans that they lost their land because they didn't believe in the one true God. Yeah, racism, bigotry, intolerance, they still exist, and it's universal. But if you want to point your finger at a bunch of kids wearing MAGA hats and say, there's the racism right there, right in front of you, all I have to say to you is no, fuck you. That isn't good enough. I know you have B-list celebrities saying that the MAGA hats are now the new white hoods of America. But frankly, that's not enough. Show me something more than that. And guess what? No one can. So maybe the story isn't over yet. As you all know by now, the parents of Nick Sandmann have hired a law firm to possibly sue the major news networks and news outlets for slander, for libel, because of how they drug their kid's name through the mud. Now, I'm not related to Nick Sandmann. I'm pretty sure his parents know what's best for him. But if I did have something to say about it, something to say to him and his parents, I would tell them, don't just go after the newspapers, the major news networks. Why don't you also go after the celebrities, the politicians, the major YouTubers, the people who helped spread this rumor, this lie, because all of them are as guilty as CNN, are as guilty as MSNBC, CBS, ABC. They're just as guilty as those outlets. So all those entities, all those individuals who were involved with this libel and this slander, they all need to be sued, not only for retribution, but also as a reminder to them that a sucker is born every minute. But not only that, that there's a con man out there who is ready to take advantage of those suckers. And those con men, they come in all shapes, sizes, and most of all, colors.